means me taking a chubby, I will suck it up.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Thanks for listening to the Big Dumb Fun Show. If you've got answers, we've got questions. Send us an email to info@bigdumbfunshow.com. We've got a voicemail box. You could call us live on the air Mondays 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time the rest of the week.
You can catch it in replay.
I'm very excited.
It's the phone call.
Oh.
888-832-7561.
I'm very...
Go.
Very excited to have our next guests on the Big Dumb Fun Show tonight. When Gernert said that he'd booked you guys, I was like, man, why haven't they been on sooner? Because you've been having your gig. Yeah, we're going to PS too. But you're at the Kick Comedy Theater.
Correct.
And that's at the lower
Westport
half of the Westport Coffeehouse.
That's right.
Yes.
And we had an event not too long ago in that same theater. Very lovely locale. And you can get entrance either through Westport Coffeehouse or you can go to the side door, right?
Yeah, the other side is the Green Room Burgers and Beers, which is a great little beer and burger joint, strangely enough.
Yeah. So could you have a beer and or burger and then go watch a comedy show?
Please do.
Yes.
Can you take your burger into the comedy room?
Now you're getting ridiculous.
No, you really can't.
You can. Okay.
It's been done.
Now, is this something that I would imagine that if you had hesitations on going to an improv comedy night, it was because you don't want to be drug up on stage. Do you guys perform an improv show using audience suggestion and whatnot, or do you actually bring anybody up there? How does that work exactly?
We do. We bring up people, but we're very careful to make sure that everyone's very comfortable. We don't drag people on stage. We actually ask for volunteers.
Like, come on, no!
If you don't want to be on stage, you're not going to be drug up on stage.
Yeah.
What if somebody's just a little too anxious to get on stage?
I'd be like, you're not going on stage.
We do have that, so sometimes it's a little awkward to pick their friend instead of them.
Yeah. And, tell us a little bit of history of how you came to be. It's been a couple of years so, but then the theater space hasn't been called the Kick Comedy Theater for
Correct.
How did that all come about?
We were a vagabond group, and we started in the year 2000, actually, and we were doing, infrequent gigs, and they got more and more frequent, and we got more and more good at what we were doing, and we've grown and added a lot of people.
Yeah, because then you're like, on Tuesday nights we're going to start doing that, and it was like a weekly thing.
We still get together and we workshop and rehearse on Tuesday nights. We say rehearse even though it's not scripted in any way.
It's improv, but we're rehearsing. But you test each other and develop
Right.
your improv skills.
Yeah, you learn a lot about what doesn't work, and you learn how to read each other's minds, and you get better at skills, kind of like basketball practice. You don't know what's going to happen in the basketball game, but I need to be able to do this skill and that skill.
You got to practice.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to be able to spitball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're online, facebook.com/KCImprovCo, and then you're also on the regular website, kcimprov.com, is where you can pull them up as well. What do you think is the key to being an improv comic?
The key, listening. It's really just like in a relationship with someone. You have to be able to listen to them, and you have to be able to react to what they're giving you.
What do you think the key is to improv comedy?
Good question. I was thinking the same thing.
I was not to disagree with Brandy, but I'd say listening. Yeah. I think listening and then saying yes and agreeing to whatever is suggested.
Don't deny people.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. You're building.
The answer is yes.
together.
Now, what's the question?
No matter what the question is, it's yes. So if I come into a scene and I say, "Grandma, you look nice tonight," Brandy has to accept the suggestion that she's grandma.
Yes, I
do. And that I think she looks nice tonight.
Yeah.
And if she says, "I'm not your grandma, I'm your brother," then everyone laughs because it's weird, but then no one knows what the hell we're building
and
what's
over.
real. Right.
Yeah.
Gernert ran into you guys at the voiceover comedy. No, it was a voiceover meetup. Oh, it was
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew with the VO Club.
He was talking about how one of the things they gave away for the people that attended was tickets to see their show, which is, of course, every Saturday night at the Westport Coffeehouse.
So how many people is a part of the improv?
And I said, we got to have them on the show.
Absolutely.
How many people are a part of the improv?
Our group has 18 actors in it.
Oh, wow.
And then we also teach classes every Monday night and every Saturday at noon. And so we have a lot of groupies now among the voice actor community, or a handful, who are getting better at voice acting by taking our improv classes. So the kind of larger family is up to 50 or 60 who are affiliated with us. But in the actual performance group, we have 18 right now.
How long have you guys been doing the classes?
started in 2010, so about 3 years.
Did you find that people would come up after the live performances and be interested in?
I want to be the grandma.
How can they get involved in doing improv? Is that why you started that?
Yeah, people were auditioning for us who had never done improv before, and they weren't
horrible.
They
Like,
weren't,
man, you guys really suck.
No, they just needed some classes.
They're
and
like, well, I'm the grandma, but I've got this really masculine voice.
Exactly. But that's kind of why we created the classes. So there was something out there for people who wanted to do improv that they could take a class and start and see if it was something they were into and something they could continue to get better at. So.
You know, I had every intention of really promoting the show on Saturday nights to come on out, but I didn't think that if you are like a budding actor, you need to hone your skills. They should take a class from you guys as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we get a wide variety. We get some people who are actors who want to improve their acting. We get some people who do stand-up who want to get better at being on stage, get some stage time, get better at figuring out what's funny.
Or like I've had, and I met him at the at like a couple months ago at that VO club where the guy was a newscaster, and newscasters can read very well, but then something happens and they're stuttering Stanley. You know, they don't have that kind of that improv, being able to think on your feet type aspect. And he was really trying to get that. He was also trying to, of course, start a voiceover or a voice acting career.
Right.
But I think this is also something that somebody who has a lot of stage, written word memorization experience, this is going to be beneficial to them as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does improv always have to be funny?
No.
No, it doesn't.
On Saturday, is it pretty much funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys have any themes you do every Saturday, or what's always
Are they
the
like
story?
specific games?
We good questions. Sometimes we do themed shows. Sometimes we do games, which are similar to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And sometimes we don't do games. We do what is called long form, which is generally you get one or two ideas at the top from the audience, and then we go for 20 or 30 minutes and do either something like a play or something that feels like a bunch of Saturday Night Live sketches, maybe, except that they are all improvised and all
Right then
made
and
up
there.
on the spot. Right.
Right.
Wow. So
Have
that
you ever
really
done
does do
an
the
improv
practice.
game called Slideshow?
Yes,
I have, yeah.
I have too.
Not for a
Where
long
you
time.
have where you have
Done a
people that are
review.
maybe whether they're from the audience or certainly members of the cast, and
It's perfect for radio.
Yeah.
Because it's almost all visual.
it's all
Why?
visual.
What is
yeah.
it?
Yes, I have no idea. Well, you want to explain exactly what slideshow is? or-
Yeah, so we have two people come back from a vacation, and we have two people that are audience members, and they come up there, and two of the actors pose with the two audience members, and some of the other actors have to describe one of the slides from their vacation, so AKA the pose that the two audience members and the two actors are in. And then they say slide as to switch the slide, and the other actors move along with the audience members.
They
And
move
so-
into a different position.
And then you
Exactly.
have to comment on whatever
Exactly.
position. Like,
And then
oh,
you
they
just
were.
describe-
We were at the zoo, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an
Grandma was
elephant's
bitten
trunk.
by- yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a penis.
So
But you can say penis when you're doing improv.
Oh,
Well, of course you
So
can,
the
yeah.
cast that you have right now, you said you have 18. So do you just hold like monthly auditions, or you take them from the classes, or how does that work?
We have yearly auditions, and then most of our shows we have from 5 to 7 actors in the show, performers, and then we just kind of have a rotating cast. So every time that you come to our show, you're not going to see the same cast each time.
Yeah, so if you have
So
18
cool.
folks there, how long is a show on Saturday night? Like an hour, 2 hours?
An hour and a half.
90-minute show, and again, not 18 actors in the show.
No, I know, but you have
Yeah.
18 people in your troupe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we rotate through.
So if
Yeah.
you suck, are you going to get less time, or how do you kind of rotate in and out? Like, all right, now
you
it's my
suck,
turn.
you get the boot, buddy.
Yeah.
No, you get to go back to Monday to the class.
That's right. Just
Absolutely.
take level
We will
one
see
all
you
over again.
on Monday. That's funny. You guys, KCimprov.com and Facebook.com/KC Improv Company. I definitely appreciate you guys coming out and spend some time with us. You can,
Thanks.
if you want to get on the class, how do you contact via the website, I assume?
Yeah, our next round of classes for Monday nights starts May 4th, I believe, that first Monday. KCimprov.com/classes. And you can sign up and pay online and come in on Monday nights.
And what time is the show on Saturday?
8 o'clock.
Starts at 8 o'clock. You can go grab a beer and a burger in the green room.
And bring it
And
to
head
the
on
show.
out. Bring it into the show, and you'll be that annoying guy with a wrapper that's just...
But then you'll get pulled up on stage.
Do you guys have time? Could we maybe try out? Do you have an improv game maybe we could play tonight on the show? Ganeric,
Sure.
you game for this?
Sure.
All right, here we go. We're going to stick around. We're going to play some improv games. We'll see how this goes. Next on the Big Dumb Fun Show.